Hello Bitcoiners. What is Blockbin? Blockbin allows you to run Python snippets of code on Blockbin servers. Your Python code has access to the Bitcoin blockchain in SQL-like format. Now let's take a look at an example, the big block size debate. This code snippet is querying all blocks greater than height 150,000 and is retrieving the block size for each of those blocks. The output generated by the code is then fed into a D3 area chart. Now if we make a change to the starting block height, we hit run, the output updates, and so does the D3 area chart. Now let's take a look at a line chart example. We're probably all familiar with this particular chart. We may want to view it as an area chart. You can alter some of the CSS. View it in log scale. And again, we can alter the starting block height. We hit run. We can get a little bit more resolution there. Now let's go all the way back to January 12th, 2009, block height 170. This block is famous for containing the very first transaction on the network, which was from Satoshi. This code snippet reads from standard input, which is over here. It takes Satoshi's address and renders the transactions and the address destinations as nodes. The dotted lines represent change going back to the same address, which is also known as address reuse. But we'll forgive Satoshi for that, as I suspect he was only testing. We'll also use this address with another chart. This is a collapsible force layout. The transactions are shown as collapsible packages. And the leaf node size is proportional to the size of the output value. It also accepts a standard input field. And upon clicking a leaf node, it will automatically update the input box and then automatically rerun your code, feeding your code with a new standard input value. So if we click on a destination address, the input box was resubmitted. Your code reruns, D3 updates. So you get this nice recursive feedback loop. Now let's take a look at the very core of what makes Bitcoin possible. The breakthrough concept of the chained proof of work, and the computers and the mathematics that never tell a lie, the miners. Now the entities that control these mining computers currently broadcast who they are. They record this information in the Coinbase of the first transaction of each block. This snippet of code has a list of all miners and takes a look at all blocks for the past week. It then counts and outputs them in CSV format. It then uses a D3 pie chart to render the output. Now note that this snippet was last run at block height 386486, but we currently have block height 386594 available. If we hit run, the chart will update. Let's take a look at another miner example. This example shows mining hash rate over time. Let's take a look at the two biggest mining pool entities. This is a difference chart showing the battle between Discus Fish and Antpool. We can alter the code to go back further. Another nice chart is known as parallel coordinates. The database schema shows the various block values available to us. This code snippet outputs block values for the past 30,000 blocks. Parallel coordinates allows us to look at the relationships between those values. We can see, as expected, that difficulty grows over time. But that is not always the case, as we can see here, difficulty readjusted to a lower value. Parallel coordinates allows us to move our fields around to look at the relationships. You can also select the subset. We can see here some pricing support around the $250 range.